For 23 years, one wooden fence marked the boundary of my property. It survived storms, floods, wildfires, even a tornado, but it couldn't survive one weekend, with an HOA convinced it owned land that wasn't theirs. My name is Ethan Walker, and I own a 40-acre horse ranch just outside Boise, Idaho. My wife and I bought the property long before a luxury subdivision was built next door. Our ranch is peaceful, rolling pastures, white fences, healthy horses. It's exactly why we chose to live here. Everything changed after the new HOA took over. At first, they complained that my horses were visible from the neighborhood walking trail. Then they said my fence looked too rural and hurt property values. I politely explained that my ranch wasn't part of their HOA. The property line had been established decades before their neighborhood even existed. I thought that settled the issue. It didn't. One Friday afternoon, I left for a livestock auction nearly 2 hours away. When I returned Saturday morning, my fence was gone. Nearly 800 feet of solid cedar fencing had disappeared. Workers wearing HOA contractor shirts were loading the last fence panels onto flatbed trailers. My horses were wandering dangerously close to the road. I slammed on the brakes and jumped from my truck. "What are you doing?" I shouted. The foreman calmly handed me a work order. It simply said, "Fence Removal, HOA Beautification Project." I couldn't believe what I was reading. I asked to authorize work on private property. He pointed toward HOA President Melissa Grant. She stood nearby smiling with folded arms. She proudly explained the fence had been removed because it blocked the neighborhood's open landscape vision. I showed her my property survey. She didn't even look at it. Instead, she told me the HOA planned to replace my fence with decorative shrubs. On my land, without permission. I immediately called the county sheriff. Deputies arrived within 20 minutes. The contractors stopped working. Melissa confidently insisted the HOA owned the property along the walking trail. The deputy asked for proof. She produced an outdated subdivision map. I handed over the official county survey recorded nearly 30 years earlier. The difference was obvious. The HOA map was wrong. Every fence panel they removed belonged to me. The sheriff ordered all work to stop immediately, but the damage had already been done. Several horses had escaped into neighboring fields. One frightened mare suffered a leg injury after running through broken posts. The county surveyor arrived Monday morning. Using GPS equipment, he verified every property marker. Not only had the HOA removed my fence, they had crossed nearly 18 feet onto my ranch during landscaping. Then things became even worse for them. While inspecting the site, the county discovered something hidden beneath the freshly disturbed ground. Several official property markers had been dug up and moved. Moving county survey monuments is illegal. The investigation expanded immediately. Contractors admitted HOA board members instructed them to relocate the markers before removing the fence. They believed shifting the boundary would make the land appear to belong to the subdivision. County investigators weren't amused. The district attorney opened a formal investigation. Survey records dating back decades were reviewed. Drone photographs confirmed the original marker locations. Security cameras from my barn captured workers digging around the monuments the night before demolition began. Melissa denied knowing anything about it, until investigators recovered HOA emails. One message read, "Move the markers first. It'll avoid arguments later." That single sentence changed everything. Criminal charges followed. The county fined the HOA heavily for disturbing protected survey monuments. The contractors lost their licenses for performing unauthorized work on private property. Then came the civil lawsuit. My attorney documented every loss: fence replacement, veterinary bills, damaged pasture, lost breeding income, emergency livestock recovery, emotional distress. The judge listened carefully, then asked Melissa one simple question. "Did you ever verify ownership before authorizing demolition?" She quietly answered, "No." The courtroom became silent. The ruling was swift. The HOA had knowingly trespassed, destroyed private property, moved protected county survey markers, and endangered livestock. The HOA was ordered to pay every repair cost, double damages for intentional trespassing, my legal fees, and the county's investigation expenses. The total exceeded $700,000. Insurance refused to cover intentional misconduct. Several board members resigned within days. Melissa stepped down before the next HOA meeting. Today, a brand new cedar fence stands exactly where the original one stood. Stronger, taller, built with reinforced steel posts. Every corner now displays permanent county survey monuments protected by concrete markers. The walking trail remains open, but everyone knows exactly where the property line is. Neighbors often ask why I installed security cameras facing the fence. I smile and point toward the county survey marker. Because once someone tries to erase your property line, you make sure they never get a second chance. Sometimes, the strongest fence isn't made from cedar. It's built from official records, county investigators, and the truth, because property lines aren't decided by HOA opinions. They are decided by the law.